Tonight on the TV24 News, new federal judge confirmed, Tuberville and new China sickness, Piedmont Bicycle Police, Fiddler's Green. These stories plus weather with Lacey Klontz and sports with Jermaine Moore.
It's now time for the TV24 News, presented to you by Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in to the TV24 News. I'm Shasta Jones. Courtney is at Fiddler's Green. Here's the news for Tuesday, December 5th, 2023. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris cast her 32nd tie-breaking vote in the Senate to confirm a new federal judge in Washington, D.C. She broke the record held for 191 years of the most tie-breaking votes. This vote was the final vote cementing the nomination of Lauren L. Alicon to be a district judge for the District of Columbia. Judge Alicon is the first South Asian woman to serve on the United States District Court for the District of Columbia and the only active Asian American Pacific Islander woman on the court. She has been a controversial nomination due to her stance during her 11 years as a litigator. She has a long record of advocacy against religious freedom, which Alabama Senator Katie Britt posted on X about today. Also, Hiram Sasser, the Executive General Counsel for the First Liberty Institute, previously said in an email to the Daily Signal, "As a litigator, Lauren Alicon repeatedly took extreme positions in opposition to the First Amendments for religious organization, houses of worship, and citizens. She poses a grave threat to the religious liberty rights of all Americans." He said He said the Senate should reject her nomination. Now that Vice President Harris has cast the deciding vote for Alicon to be placed in as a federal judge, will this affect the future of religious freedoms in America? This past Friday, Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville joined with Senators Marco Rubio and Rick Scott from Florida, Senator J.D. Vance from Ohio, and Senator Mike Braun from Indiana in sending a letter to President Joe Biden. This letter urged Biden to restrict travel between the U.S. and China until U.S. health experts have more information pertaining to the latest respiratory disease spreading throughout China. Tuberville and his colleagues said in the letter, "We should not wait for the WHO to take action given its track record of slavish deference to the Chinese Communist Party. We must take the necessary steps to protect the health of Americans and our economy. That means we should immediately restrict travel between the United States and the People's Republic of China until we know more about the dangers posed by this new illness. A ban on travel now could save our country from death, lockdowns, mandates, and further outbreaks later." Let's go ahead and check in with Courtney.
Thanks, Shasta. I am here at the beautiful Fiddler's Green, and this place is absolutely amazing. Tell us about the inspiration behind this home.
Well, we built the home and finished it up in 2007, and we always wanted an older home. We even looked at moving a Sears and Roebuck house up here. This is family land. There's 125 acres here. It was my great-grandfather's, and we knew we wanted to be here. So we decided we would build a house. And then there was a home in Jacksonville that was built in 1855, and it was soon to be razed, to be torn down, and we were able to get all the architectural salvage out of it. So we got the staircase, the floors, the trim, clawfoot tubs, fireplace mantles, and I guess we were green before green was a thing, but that's how it came to be. And then, as people were curious, popularity grew. We started having weddings here, and now we do tours, and we have all sorts of events up here.
And you have some upcoming tours.
That's correct. We had tours last Sunday, and we have our final tours this coming Sunday, December the 10th, from 4 to 8 p.m.
And what can visitors expect to see on these tours?
Well, there's really a lot to see. We're really a small village. We're a whole town. We have a wedding chapel, a grist mill, a smokehouse, a log cabin. We have a carriage house, other buildings. And what we do is we have a docent in each room of the house that tells the history. Even though the house is only 20 years old, most of the items in here are antiques, and they have a history. They come from famous homes across America, a lot of Alabama history, items from Alabama homes. And so people can come here and enjoy the tour. Then they can go out back, listen to live music. We have a mercantile store. They're welcome to shop for Alabama products in the store. We have just a lot of things going on. We've had a living nativity in the past, so.
Well, it is absolutely beautiful. And tell us about the room that we're in here. And there is something very special in this room, too, a furnishing.
There is. This is what we call the study, and it's a more of a masculine-looking room. The bookcase in the corner over there, my dad and I built. It's one of the few pieces that is not old. Most everything else in here dates from about the 1830s to 1840s. But we do have a special piece. This chair came from Mount Vernon right here. It was a set of 8. And we were fortunate enough to get one of these chairs. And so we like to tell people that, let the kids touch it, to touch a piece of history.
It's so important to preserve the history.
It really is. My wife and I are school teachers, and so we always are teaching history about American history and British history, and we are excited to see our students get excited. And when they come through, they feel like they've stepped into a piece of history, and they can touch it and feel it. And they like that. There's a little more to that than a textbook.
Absolutely. Now tell us about this room in here.
Well, this is the front parlor, and this is this is where we stay. We're in this room a lot. This is where our TV is, even though it's hidden right now. But we've got the mirror, the gold leaf mirror in here. My dad and I built that. It actually imitates a Renaissance revival mirror, but most everything else in here is old. The sofa is from the Federal period, and the chandeliers are from England, and we've just collected things, and some things were broken. They needed fixing, and we repaired them. Heather's dad did some of the electrical. My dad did a lot of the woodwork, and as a family, we just kind of pieced it all together.
And there's a beautiful dining room as well, and I want to encourage our viewers to come out for the tours. Remind them again what time the tours are on Sunday.
Okay, it is Sunday from 4 to 8, and you can show up at any time. Okay. Tickets are $10. And when you get here, there might be a 10-minute wait, but that's about it. And you're welcome to come in, and the tours can go through. You go through the house, is guided. Then you go out back, and you're on your own out back.
Well, I'd love to take a sneak peek out back after we come back. We're going to go to a quick break right now. You're watching the TV24 News, presented by Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team 1 Chevrolet. Team 1 Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team 1 Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period. At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gadsden or Oxford.
Hello, I'm James Shambley of Family Loan Company at 1115 Noble Street, Anderson. We also have 3 other locations: Family Loan of Oxford, 1225 East Snow Street, Oxford; Money Junction Finance at 1503A West Meagan Boulevard, Gadsden; and JCI Finance at 608 Gilbert's Ferry Road, Matala, Alabama. We understand the need honest people have to borrow money from time to time. At Family Loan Company, we'd love to say yes. Call or come by and see us today for the fast, confidential service that you so deserve.
The Piedmont Police Department has added a bike patrol unit to its force. Per the Calhoun Journal, they were awarded a grant of $6,000 through the Coosa Valley Resource and Conservation and Development Council to be used toward buying equipment needed to start the bike patrol unit. Police Chief Nathan Johnson said in the press release, the city of Piedmont houses approximately 20 miles of recreational bike trail along the Chief Ladiga Trail within our jurisdiction. We have many recreational events on the Chief Ladiga Trail and in town, including charity 5Ks and bicycle races, in which the police need to be able to quickly and safely respond to anyone that needs assistance. I feel that it is important to the citizens and visitors of Piedmont to see the police presence in this capacity, and with the help of Coosa Valley RC&D councils, we are now able to provide that service to our community. Let's go ahead and check back in with Courtney here and see what might be going on at Fiddler's Green. And hang on for 1 second here. We're going to take it back. They're setting up. There has been a lot going on for Christmas. So for those of you out there, I know there's parades in the area. I believe the Anniston parade is tonight. I know on Thursday night we have Lincoln, Mumford, and Oxford coming up. Please check your areas. Gadsden is scheduled for Saturday night. It might be rescheduled for Monday pending the weather. So please check all local schedules to know for sure. But definitely get out, support the local communities, enjoy seeing some of the lights, the fun, and the festivities. And let's check in. Are we ready to go back to Courtney yet? We're going to go ahead and throw it back, and let's check back in at Fiddler's Green with Courtney.
That was probably 90. Probably about 2,000.
Or maybe not. So anyway, I'm trying to go ahead. There's also some special events coming up Friday night in the local area at Hooligans Harley Davidson here. They've got some micro wrestling, so that sounds kind of adventurous. So it's free to go to. I believe it is around 6 p.m. You may want to check their website for that time. And then also, if you're a senior citizen, the Oxford Civic Center has a senior citizen dance with Ryan Robertson coming up Friday night. So, all right, I think they're ready for Courtney, so let's go check in with Courtney. Okay, or I guess I could dance for you, and that's not going to happen. So let's go to a quick break. We'll be right back here in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Debbie with Calhoun Pictures, and welcome to our Christmas. Everyone here at Calhoun Pictures would like to wish y'all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I am enjoying an evening out at Fiddler Green, and we are outside now. Tell me, Chris, about this room.
Well, this is the grist mill, and it has a working water wheel, but this is used as primarily the place for receptions, for parties. We've had 50th wedding anniversaries, class reunions, 100th birthday parties. We've done, but primarily weddings, and then we have it open for the Christmas tours this Sunday also.
Wow, it is so beautiful. How often do you have events in here?
Well, we have about 11 events, I believe, in the month of December. December's very busy. We typically have, 3 or 4 weddings a month, and so it keeps us busy. And receptions, dances, this is where they cut the cake, this is where the caterers set up, and they get married often in front of the chapel or in the chapel, and then they just walk right over to this space.
Yeah, it's all so lovely. Of course, it's a little dark out here tonight, but on Sunday, people will be able to come through and see everything.
That's right. Yeah, it'll be available. We'll have actually live music. Our band, Unreconstructed, will be playing music in here. So we'll have live music, and we'll have some hot cider and some cookies, and just people can, walk around and feel like Christmas time.
Are you going to break the fiddle out?
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
What kind of music does the band play?
Well, we play a lot of 19th century music, a lot of Scottish, a lot of Irish music. We play music from the time of the Civil War and even before, some Revolutionary War music. So it's a little different. It's all before bluegrass. But we've played in a lot of historic places across the country, and so we like to bring a little bit of that here to show people a different type music.
Do you dress in time period clothing?
We do, yeah, we do, and all the people giving the tours will be dressed in 19th century clothing. So it's a little bit it's sort of like a Dickens Christmas, but in America, so it would just be more of a American Victorian Christmas.
Wow, that's so wonderful. Well, mark your calendars and definitely make sure to come out to Fiddler's Green on Sunday. And also, if somebody is interested in booking an event here, how do they contact you?
Well, our website is www.fiddlersgreenweddings.com. Also, we're on Instagram at FiddlersGreenAL for Alabama. And we're also on Facebook, Fiddler's Green Wedding Event Venue. So just look up Fiddler's Green and you'll probably get us.
Wonderful. Is there anything else that you'd like to our viewers to know?
We're excited to be here sharing with your viewers, and we do have an annual Civil War reenactment the first weekend of May, and that's an entirely different venue. It attracts people from all over the country. In fact, we're listed as one of the largest events of that type in the state of Alabama. So that's another way to come out, especially to bring the kids out and let them see some cannons up close and some muskets. So
that's so cool. And you're also featured in a magazine.
We are. We had a magazine shoot last week, Victoria Magazine, a national magazine. It's our first national magazine, so we're very honored and excited to be a part of that. And the edition will come out in November and December of next year. So we've got to wait a little while.
Yeah, but that'll be fun, though. Well, it looks absolutely beautiful. You and Heather have done such a great job, and thank you for inviting us out and letting us have a sneak peek of this. And best wishes on Sunday. And this is a great way to get into the holiday spirit, too.
It really is. It is. Yeah, we always get excited about Christmas, and we've got about 14 trees up, so we want everybody to see all that they can. Yeah.
Wow, that is a lot of work. Well, again, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, well, thank you. We're going to throw it to a quick break. Again, you're watching the TV24 News presented by Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden.
Hi, I'm Debbie with Calhoun Pickers, and welcome to our Christmas. Everyone here at Calhoun Pickers would like to wish y'all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Come see the wonder that is the Festival of Lights, proudly sponsored by First Bank of Alabama. Chocolaco Park is filled with over 1 million lights and twinkling displays of all the Christmas favorites. You can park and enter Santa's Village, where there is an outdoor skating rink, inflatables for the kids, food trucks, and have your photo made with Santa. Get your tickets now at oxfordlights.com.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team 1 Chevrolet. Team 1 Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team 1 Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
For today's Forecast Extra, this was the terrifying moment cars were washed away by flooding along the India coast. Cyclone Mikjom was to blame as it lashed the country's east coast yesterday and today. The storm dumped over a foot of rain on some areas as it skirted the coast and moved slowly. Mikjom forced thousands of people to evacuate, and it is responsible for at least 8 deaths so far. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims' loved ones. And coming up here in Oxford, we're going to have mostly clear skies this week with possible rain this weekend. Now tonight it's getting down to 37 degrees and we'll have clear skies. And then tomorrow it's getting up to 52 degrees and we're going to have mostly sunny skies. Now it is going to be chilly for the next couple of days, but we're not going to be seeing any rain until this weekend. Yes, it's going to be about a 60 to 80% chance on Saturday and Sunday. And just have your umbrellas ready because it is going to be a very wet weekend, but it is going to bring the temperatures up for all of you people who like the warmer weather. You will be very happy about that. However, when we're going into next week, those cold temperatures are coming back. I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV24 weather. Let's check in with Jermaine for sports.
Thank you, Lacey, for that incredible weather report. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jermaine Moore. Jax State has been granted eligibility for and will be playing, the New Orleans Bowl against the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. This game will be played on December 16th around 1 p.m., so do not miss out. We hope to support our Gamecocks in their new game against Louisiana. The Troy Trojans won the Sun Belt Conference this past weekend against App State, a dominating performance for the team as they won 49-23 and will be playing in the Birmingham Bowl against Duke. The Trojans are 23-4 in the past 2 years and have won back-to-back titles. Here are some highlights for the team. He had several touchdowns on the day. I believe it was around 5 or something. It was really a thrashing. I expect this game to be kind of close because App State is known for upsetting teams. We all kind of remember what they did to Texas A&M back in 2021. But yeah, we're really proud of our local collegiate teams here in Alabama. More on that later with Alabama, but a great goal line stop here to go into the half. They actually scored on this one, but like I said, it was just, this is the closest it was for the rest of the night. Tie game, 14-14. The teams are really not matched evenly. Quarterback drops back to throw his right, man falls on the ground, catches it, and sprints down the field in the foot race, and he wins that 9 times out of 10. The college football playoff is nearing the end of the 2023-24 season. The final college football playoff was released this past Sunday. The selected teams are as follows. Michigan Wolverines with a 13-0 record after winning the Big Ten championship this past Saturday against Iowa 26-0. 2-seeded Washington Huskies finished 13-0 in the season after defeating my Oregon Ducks in the Pac-12 championship 34-31 in the last ever championship for the conference. 3-seeded Texas Longhorns, who finished 12-1 after winning the Big 12 championship in the team's last season in the Big 12 against Oklahoma State 49-21, and a controversial 4th-seed Alabama Crimson Tide after winning the SEC championship against the former 1-seed Georgia Bulldogs 27-24. Michigan will play Alabama in the Rose Bowl January 1st at 5 p.m., and Washington will play Texas in the Sugar Bowl on the same day at 8:45. Let's look at some of the highlights for the SEC championship game. This game was it was classic SEC fashion. Really great defenses, a lot of pro-style offenses. Jalen Milroe has been on an absolute tear lately. Early in the season, I don't know if he decided he just realized he was playing for Alabama and Nick Saban was going to have it. I don't know if he was getting whoopings at halftime, but either way, he has been really, really, really good in the ending of the season here on a controversial 4th down catch by Isaiah Bond, the hero of the Iron Bowl. It was called a catch, and it would eventually lead to a halftime touchdown by former Georgia Bulldog Jermaine Burton. He was very happy to defeat his former team and decided to taunt the fans after the game. But here you have Carson Beck. This is the biggest play of the game for Georgia, a 51-yard reception at the start or near the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And Carson Beck, he really tried to keep his team in it, but unfortunately, Alabama grew the lead too strong, and it was not really able for him and his team to get back and forth. Like I said, this is the first time actually that the college football playoff has allowed a team ranked outside of the top 5 to be entered into the college football playoff. Alabama and Texas both making it. And Florida State, more on that later, but here you have a touchdown by the Georgia Bulldogs, and that would be the last score of the game. And it would eventually propel Alabama to win the game and capture another ACC title against the two-time national champion Georgia Bulldogs. The controversy involved Alabama and Florida State. The Seminoles were the 4th seed up until this Saturday after they finished the season with a 13-0 record winning the ACC championship game against Louisville. The team was left out because their Heisman contending quarterback, Jordan Travis, went down with a leg injury in Week 12. The committee said that they did not feel like Florida State was one of the best 4 teams, although they were the most deserving. They felt like Alabama and Texas were better teams, and they are now in the playoffs because of it. Speaking of the Heisman, the finalists for the award are as follows: LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels, Washington quarterback Michael Penix, Oregon quarterback and former Auburn quarterback Bo Nix, and Ohio State receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. The 3 quarterback finalists for this year are all transfers from different schools. Speaking of the transfer portal, 1,183 FBS players have entered the transfer portal as of 24 hours, and that number is expected to grow. The transfer portal has a mixed reviews from some of the fans as they view it as free agency for the college football. Enough with the football talk. The Larry and Connie Davidson Classic will take place this Friday at Oxford High School. The basketball event will carry over into this Saturday, and coverage will begin at 5 p.m. this Friday at 10 a.m. for this Saturday right here on TV24. This classic will feature teams all across the state of Alabama, some from Birmingham, some locally, and a few teams from Georgia. That's it for sports today. We're going to throw it to the ladies at the desk.
Thanks, I'm Jermaine. So excited about all the sports coming up. Basketball, did you play basketball?
When I was a little kid, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, because Space Jam came out when I was a kid, and that was my motivation for playing basketball. I was not good, but it was fun.
Exactly right.
I played for 5 years.
I did okay with the 3-point shots at Oxford High School, but you know, it is what it is. It was against a Pleasant Valley person, so if she's out there, yeah, I think her name was Emmy something. It was way back in the day, but yeah, that was the closest game we had that year. I think it was a 21-17 win by Emmy and the Pleasant Valley Raiders. So therefore, if I have a beef against the Pleasant Valley Raiders, that would be why.
And shout out to Emmy again.
Yeah. So who knows where she's at? But no.
Who knows?
But no, and the football stuff coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you have a favorite team out of the Final Four? The Huskies from Washington, Texas Longhorns, Alabama, or oh my gosh, what's the other one? Michigan, yeah, Wolverines.
I'm gonna say Roll Tide on that one.
Roll Tide. I'm gonna pull for the Longhorns. I like the Longhorns or Michigan, but no offense to anyone out there. Just because I want to see somebody different in there. And the Longhorns, I still love that year that Shipley and Colt McCoy were playing Alabama, and Colt got hurt right at the beginning of the game or earlier, and they ended up losing. So I would like a fair matchup there with that. So
again, I'm going to say Roll Tide. Sorry.
All right.
Well, we want to thank you all for tuning in to the TV24 News presented by Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden. Signing off from Oxford, Alabama. Have a great night.